Back in 2021, Poppy Playtime was simple. One abandoned factory and one terrifying mascot, and it exploded. Creators like Markiplier helped turn it into a viral sensation. TikTok edits flooded the algorithm. Huggy Wuggy became unavoidable. But success, that creates expectations, and expectations can sometimes destroy momentum. Hello, my name is Denzel, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the controversy that's currently happening with Poppy Playtime Chapter 5. Now, let's get on with the video. With every new chapter, the mystery deepened, and at the center of it all was the prototype, never fully revealed. And by the time the new chapter was announced, the fans weren't just excited, they were expecting something groundbreaking, and that one expectation would become the biggest downfall of it all. Launch day looked like a victory. The game shot up in the charts, player counts surged, and at first glance, everything seemed perfect. But within hours, the tone online begins shifting. Players begin pointing out one thing repeatedly: there are too many chase sequences, boring and repetitive puzzles, and one of the biggest criticisms of it all was that the series should have ended with Chapter 5. Many people thought that the series was gonna end with Chapter 5, but with another cliffhanger, some people feel like that they're dragging the series. Some people like to say that they're trying to become the next FNAF.
I think the creators of one of the most popular FNAF clones, Poppy Playtime, forgot exactly what they were trying to clone. Because the reason why most, if not all, of the FNAF games work to some capacity is because the world is built for it. We're at a whole new location now? Yeah, Fazbear Entertainment is a franchise. There's gonna be different locations. There's a whole new cast of characters? Again, Fazbear Entertainment is a franchise. There's gonna be different characters when they start to branch out. Seems like all this new stuff was added in just so the creators can make more money? Yeah, that's literally the canon reason that Fazbear Entertainment does anything. And that framework allows for FNAF to branch off in all of the different ways it does. Poppy Playtime is about a singular company with a singular location that you never leave. When a new cast of characters that you've never seen before shows up in FNAF, it makes a lot more sense because there are different locations with different brandings. When a whole new cast of characters that you've never seen before shows up in Poppy Playtime, you're like, okay, why the fuck does this cast of characters only show up when we get to the fucking basement? Basement level 500! If we're in the exact same building where these characters were made in the first place. When new mechanics are introduced in the FNAF games, first of all, they're usually like one or two things added on to previous mechanics, and they also have this built-in reliable way to relay this information to you through phone guide. And again, it makes sense because you're in a different location because Fazbear Entertainment is a franchise with different locations with different types of brandings. So different mechanics would make sense, logically. It doesn't feel like it's just there to make Poppy Playtime 5 feel less like Poppy Playtime 1.5. Oh, another thing that FNAF had? Time limits. For most of the games, you aren't spending 40 fucking minutes in a section because you only have 6 minutes to finish the night. Anyway, can't wait for Poppy Playtime 1.6, where we get to meet Poppy and the other character that's a stand-in for a second Poppy, and 5 more characters that we don't know anything about and have no attachment to.
What changed everything? It was who spoke up about it. Markiplier, one of the biggest content creators out there for gaming, openly expresses his frustration with the game.
This was a fucking mess. I am saying this because, and I have this policy, right? If it's the first game in a new series, if it's the second, third, I can be more forgiving of things finding its footing. This is chapter fucking 5, right? I should know the motivation very clearly. I should know where I'm going. I should know why I'm going to it. I should know exactly what the character motivations are. That one guy couldn't tell you why he was the escort this time around.
And when someone who builds your fan base steps back, people listen, clips spread, tweets circulated, Reddit threads multiplied overnight. And that's when it stops becoming feedback and it starts becoming divided. The community split into two sides, one defending the bold direction, while the other side claiming that the series has lost made it special in the first place. Once felt like a united fan base, now felt fractured, but the gameplay debate was only the beginning. Within hours of release, major spoilers flooded the internet. Characters revealed, ending moments, massive plot twists. For many fans, the experience was ruined before they even got to play the game, and that triggered the second wave of backlash. Some people accused YouTubers of chasing the views. Others defending them, saying, well, that's just how the algorithm works. But regardless of the intent, the damage was already done. And when a community is already divided, spoilers feel like gasoline on a fire. But to really understand this backlash, we gotta look at the past. Mob Entertainment has faced controversies like this before, like with the NFT projects, or the plagiarism accusations, and community criticism over business decisions. Even if some of those were years ago, the internet never forgets. Suddenly, the conversation was shifted. Was the focus still storytelling, or building a franchise machine like FNAF? And that brings up the real issue. Every horror franchise reaches a crossroads. You can be like FNAF, creating game after game, book after book, making movies, making tons of money off merch sales. Or you can be like Bendy and the Ink Machine. Once you fully tell the story that you want to tell, you end it. But here's the thing. Success demands escalation, and escalation can be dangerous for a company, especially for indie games. Look at the Garden of Banban, and they're still dragging it. If you go too small with a game, it feels repetitive, but going too big feels overwhelming. So you gotta find a nice medium with the two. But here's the thing. This chapter decided to go bigger than ever. For some fans, it was bold, darker, more ambitious, but for others, it felt messy, confusing, and overloaded with new characters. And once a fan base splits like this, it's kind of hard to reverse the damages. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all, despite the controversy, the numbers are still strong, and the franchise isn't collapsing at all. But something's changed. The universal hype for this game is gone. Now it's divided, which means the next chapter won't just be any other release. It'll be a test of direction, a test of trust, a test whether Poppy Playtime can evolve without losing what made it terrifying in the first place. Because hype is easy to build, but trust, once you lose it, it's kind of hard to repair, like the Garden of Bam Bam. And in today's internet culture, one divided release can change everything. And that's gonna be the end of the video. Make sure you guys subscribe, and if you guys have anything you want to say about this, don't be afraid to drop it down in the comments below, because I honestly read it all. And in the next video, I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but I'll figure something out for us. See you guys, and bye.